They call me the Rose in the family, not because I'm delicate, far from it. It's because every job I do is clean, precise, and I always leave a single red rose behind. It's my signature, my calling card. But tonight I'm supposed to eliminate the one person in this city who makes me feel anything other than ice-cold focus. Let me back up. 3 weeks earlier. The coffee shop on Mulberry Street wasn't my usual spot. I prefer places where nobody asks questions and the exits are clearly marked. But my regular place was closed for renovations, and I desperately needed caffeine before a midnight meeting with the Don. That's when I saw her. She was behind the counter, flour dusting her cheek, laughing at something the customer in front of me had said. Her name tag read Sophia, and when she looked up at me, those warm brown eyes made me forget my own name for half a second. "First time here?" she asked, smiling. "You look a little lost." "Just need coffee, black." "Boring," she teased. "How about you trust me? I'll make you something special." Nobody talks to me like that. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm a made man in the Rossini family. I've been making people disappear since I was 23. I'm 31 now, and in that time I've learned that attachments are liabilities. But something about her smile made me nod. 5 minutes later, she handed me a cappuccino with a perfect heart design in the foam. "On the house," she said. "Call it a Valentine's preview. The holiday's coming up, you know." I didn't do Valentine's Day. Hadn't in years. But I came back the next morning, and the morning after that. 2 weeks earlier. "You've been distracted, Marco," the Don said, his weathered hands folded on his desk. 3 weeks ago, you could describe every detail of a room after being in it for 30 seconds. Her. "I'm sorry," I said, and meant it more than I'd meant anything in years. "It's okay," she whispered. "I'm learning that family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who show up, who stay." She squeezed my hand. "Like you, Marco. You've been showing up every day for 2 weeks. Why?" I should have lied. Should have said something smooth, something that would get me closer to my objective. Instead, I said, "Because you make me want to be someone different." Now I'm here, standing outside her apartment building, a gun in my jacket and a dying rose in the other pocket. I've been standing here for 13 minutes, unable to move. My phone buzzes, a text from the Don's son, Sal. "It's almost midnight, job done?" I look up at her window. The lights are still on. She's probably wondering why I didn't show up for the Valentine's dinner we'd planned. I think about the last 3 weeks, the way she laughs at her own jokes, how she hums while she works, the way she trusted me with her loneliness, her grief, her hope for something better. I think about my life, the blood on my hands, the emptiness of my apartment, the way I'd stopped feeling anything until I met her. And then I think about what my mother used to say before the cancer took her. "Marco, baby, it's never too late to choose differently." I pull out my phone and make a call. "Sal," I say when he answers, "tell the Don I'm out." "Out? Marco, you can't just—" "The money's in a safety deposit box at First National, box 847. The keys taped under the desk in Castellano's old office. I'll text you the address." I took a breath. The girl doesn't know anything. She's innocent, and I'm done. Silence on the other end. Then, "You know what this means." "Yeah, I'm a dead man either way, but at least this way, I get to die as someone who chose love over fear." I hang up and look at the wilted rose in my hand. Then I drop it in the trash can and buy a fresh bouquet from the 24-hour bodega on the corner. 11:58. When Sophia opens her door, her eyes are red-rimmed. "Marco, I thought—"
"Sophia," I interrupt, "I need to tell you everything, and then you need to decide if you ever want to see me again." I tell her who I am, what I've done, what I was sent to do to her. I expect her to scream, to call the police, to slam the door in my face. Instead, she stands there, processing, tears rolling down her cheeks. "You killed my father," she finally whispers. "I helped, yes. He was stealing from dangerous people," she says slowly. "I found documents in his things after he disappeared. I suspected he'd gotten himself into something he couldn't escape." She looks up at me. "You could have lied to me, could have kept the secret." I'm done lying. I'm done with all of it. I hand her the flowers. I know it's not enough. I know sorry doesn't fix anything. But I'm leaving the city tonight, and I wanted you to know that meeting you changed everything. You made me remember what it feels like to be human. The clock somewhere in her apartment chimes midnight. Valentine's Day has arrived. Sophia takes the flowers, sets them down, and then, to my shock, steps forward and wraps her arms around me. "My father made his choices," she says into my chest, "and you made yours. You chose not to hurt me, even though it might cost you everything." She pulls back, looking up at me with those warm brown eyes. "What if you didn't leave alone?" 6 months later. The coffee shop in Portland doesn't have the same charm as Sophia's place in New York, but it's ours. We opened it 3 months ago, using what was left of my savings and Sophia's Fresh Start Fund. She's teaching me to bake. I'm terrible at it, but she says I'm improving. Sometimes I still look over my shoulder. The Rossini family has a long memory, but I gave them their money back, and Sal, who never liked the Don's ruthless style, sent word through back channels that I'm handled. As long as I never come back, they'll let sleeping dogs lie. Every morning, Sophia makes me a cappuccino with a heart in the foam, and every morning I'm reminded that sometimes the bravest thing you can do isn't pulling the trigger. It's choosing to put the gun down. Happy Valentine's Day. Sometimes love isn't about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about choosing to be better, even when it costs everything.